Hi, it's Bob1975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Legacy version on Xbox. And recently I did a video about a guy combat logging that's been making a lot of claims in the community. He combat logged and I did a video about that, showing him combat logging, showing some of the claims. Then I did a video about his party chat where he was telling me to, shout it from the rooftops that he's happy he combat logged because he had to go to work. Him and his colleague that both combat logged in the video were very adamant that they were happy for me to, shout from the rooftop, blast them on YouTube that they'd combat logged. It seems they've had a slight change of heart in that. They've been making new and fresh claims. One of my favourite ones is apparently I'm in league with Tango here. This was Tango interdicting me to stop me pirating a Diego commander, and apparently I'm in league with Tango, even though he's an ex-IED commander that I was at war with for like 2 years, and he's been trying to kill me.
You serious?
Honestly, what a joke. Tell me you know nothing about me without saying you know nothing about me. The thought of me being in league with an ex-IED member that's been trying to kill me for ages now. I remember him moaning that, that Al was my shadow, and that, every time he's tried to come near me to kill me when I've been out in my trade ships, he's run into Dark Owl and something spicy. Luckily for him, Dark Owl has gone off to PC now, so that should make Tango's life easier in trying to kill me. But anyway, time for an ad break. So we're going to take a pause to take a quick look at what you guys sponsor. With your guys' views, you help out Big Red Rooster Cockerel Rescue, helping out cocks of all sizes, all shapes, and for the love of the cock, keep watching so we can raise money for this lovely little animal rescue and save birds like my little co-pilot here. Now, if you've been missing me recently, that's mainly because I've been working ridiculous overtime. In December, January and February, I'm going for like 50 hours overtime in each month. So I have barely been available, which is a shame because the salt harvesting has been really good lately. So let's have a look at this next batch of salt. A warning?
Oh shit, here we go again.
Now, I've been recently on Reddit chatting with a few people, and I saw that Commander Owen had made some comments, and I thought I'd just see if I could advise him, but he seems to have taken offence because he's since blocked me and called me loads of things. So I basically, when he said he wanted to not have any gankers or abusive people in the community or pirates, it's like that's part of the community, and he doesn't seem to think that he's getting any sort of stick because he logged. But honestly,
causality, action, reaction.
If you cheat in Elite Dangerous, you do expect a reaction from the community. He will later go on to complain about me leading a hate mob against him, or witch hunting him or whatever. But as you heard from the videos that I put out already, he was claiming a witch hunt before I even got involved and put a video on YouTube, so make your mind up. And also, you told me to blast it on YouTube. So anyway, he then accuses me of being a griefer and says I should stop associating with griefers. I'm sorry, but you're actually telling me who I can and can't play a video game in? What level of entitlement do you have that you think you can dictate what other people do? As to his claims that I'm a ganker, I'll let Matt Damon remind him why I am in this game.
Space pirate.
Yes, I'm a roleplay space pirate that asks people for cargo. And he goes on about consent, but consensual piracy is basically someone turning up to give you a gift, which does happen from time to time, but it kind of defeats the point of piracy. If you're only pirating people that consent to piracy, then you're not actually pirating at all, are you? It defeats the entire purpose of it being a random encounter and a roleplay fun engagement between two people. But Owen doesn't care about logic. He's got his own weird twisted ideas. He thinks that I made the rules about combat logging. No, that was the developers. He thinks that you have to get verbal consent from people to engage in PvP. This is absolutely insane. I asked about power play, and his attitude is no, even for power play you have to ask. He's some newbie that has no knowledge of power play trying to dictate to the community about how power play should be played years after its release and years after FDev said it was brought in to bring in consensual PvP to the game. There's a reason why you don't get notoriety when you kill power play enemies. But Owen, because of his lack of understanding of how the game works, doesn't know that. But even so, even though he doesn't know anything about the game, he's still happy to try and dictate how the game is played to players that have got 4 times, 5 times his playing time in the game. It's just weird. The entitlement of this guy is just insane. You know, and he's constantly on about how I'm justifying my griefing. I don't grief people. Like, I'm going to bring out a video soon of me doing no cargoes free to go. I don't know how he's getting that confused with griefing. Piracy and griefing are totally different things. You'd think it'd be really simple to explain. I ask for cargo, and if they haven't got any, I let them go. Now, if I was murdering the people that had no cargo, then you could claim I was a griefer. But because I let those people go completely unscathed, I don't know how you can claim I'm a griefer. This guy's an absolute melt. He thinks power play players are griefers, for God's sake. He's just nuts. I agree with him here, there are literally players that play the game to hunt weaker players. That is true, there are players that do that. You know, there will always be players that can do that. You know, and he wants to arrange anti-griefers. I welcome that. Go ahead, try. But here's what I have to say about power play.
No, there was 2 things there. It's player authored and it's galactic wide content, dynamic changing content. But importantly, most important of all, it allows consensual PvP. Consensual PvP.
Now I know Owen won't listen to reason, because I've tried to reason with him and all he did was block me on Reddit and delete all his comments. And that shows a man that really stands by his word when he deletes them all, after he's made himself look like a complete tool. I think he read back through and realised that, you know, he's claiming all sorts of things and I'm just politely rebuttaling him and asking politely about stuff that, like, the developers have designed the game to do. You know, power play was put in the game to facilitate PvP. Owen thinks he knows better than the developers. You know, he thinks all my comments are griefer cope. What? Like, power play is just griefer cope? Asking people to not combat log is griefer cope? This is hilarious. He is just embarrassing, really. Like I say, he deleted all his comments and blocked me on Reddit, so a clear sign that he knows what he's talking about. He seems to have decided to elevate himself to community leader status, and says that he's a leader of the community and he speaks for the vast majority of the community. Now, I have been asking around. I've been on Reddit, Discord, and all sorts of places asking around about this guy, and everyone I have spoken to, pretty much the whole community response is,
I cannot believe it, the guy is a wanker!
I mean, he's attacking another group's BGS and he's upset that they're attacking him back. I went down there to attack both sides of that argument. I killed a Grom player that was in Wingwood Tango. Then I had a 1v1 with one of Owen's guys. I did try and kill one of Owen's guys when he was in his vet, and I was in my Conda. I also killed one of Owen's guys when he turned up in a torpedo Python, but if you bring out a torpedo ship, you're asking to die, because that's just purely for griefing. There's no reason to have a reverberating cascade torpedo ship unless you're a griefer, really. You know, that's what they're designed for, is griefing ships. But, you know, Owen is just the latest intensive care bear, and we will always get them in this community. People who think they know the rules better than the developers. People who, like, moan at me saying I'm making up rules. I'm not. I'm literally just saying what the developers say. I'm only asking people not to cheat as per the developers. If that's too much for you, if you cannot cope with that, then maybe you should consider private group, Owen. Or just block everyone until you get your own private group by causing so many instancing issues. That's all. Thanks for watching, and remember,
everything's better.